You need to come to the hospital right now. The moment I heard my brother's trembling voice on the phone, I knew something terrible had happened, but nothing could have prepared me for the words that came next. Emily got hurt, and the man she was with ran away. I froze in the middle of my office parking lot, my car keys slipping from my fingers onto the pavement. For a few seconds, I honestly believed I had heard him wrong. "What man?" I asked quietly. The silence on the other end answered the question before he ever spoke. My wife of 11 years had been cheating on me, and her affair had just fallen apart in the worst possible way. My name is Daniel Harper. I'm 38 years old and own a small construction company in Chicago. I wasn't wealthy, but I worked hard, long hours, early mornings. Everything I did was for my family, for Emily, and for our 8-year-old daughter, Lily. And while I was busy building our future, my wife had been quietly tearing it apart behind my back. When I arrived at the hospital, Emily's parents were already waiting. Her mother rushed toward me in tears. "Daniel, please, and she needs you." I slowly walked into the room. Emily looked awful. Her face was bruised, her wrist was broken, and cuts covered her forehead. The moment she saw me, tears streamed down her cheeks. "Danny," she whispered. I looked at her without saying a word. Later, the doctor explained everything. Emily had been at a lakeside cabin nearly 2 hours outside the city with another man. They got into a heated argument. He drove away drunk with Emily still in the passenger seat, lost control of the car, crashed into a guardrail, and fled the scene before the police arrived. They found her alone. Alone, just as she had left me emotionally for almost a year. I sat beside her hospital bed while she cried even harder. "I made a mistake," she whispered. "Please, don't leave me." A mistake. People accidentally burn dinner. They accidentally send a text to the wrong person. They don't accidentally spend 11 months having an affair with someone else. That night, I learned everything. The late girls' nights, the fake work conferences, the hidden second phone. Even worse, some of our closest friends had known all along. I felt completely humiliated. But what shattered me the most wasn't the affair itself. It was realizing how calm and peaceful she looked every single time she lied straight to my face. Over the next few days, everyone suddenly became an expert on forgiveness. Her mother begged me not to tear the family apart. My own sister said, "People make mistakes, Daniel." Even our pastor told me, "A strong marriage survives the storms." Funny how nobody ever tells the betrayed person how to survive the storm raging inside their own heart. Emily came home 2 weeks later wearing a cast on her wrist and carrying enough guilt to fill the entire house. But guilt changes nothing. Every time she reached for me, I pictured another man's hands on her. Every time she said, "I love you," all I heard were the lies hidden beneath those words. One night, she found me sitting alone in the kitchen at 2 o'clock in the morning. "I'll do anything," she cried. "Therapy, counseling, I'll quit my job. Please don't throw us away." I looked at her for a long, silent moment. "You already threw us away," I said calmly. That sentence broke her far more than the accident ever had. But here's what nobody ever talks about. When trust dies, love doesn't always disappear right away. Sometimes it stays alive just long enough to torture you. For weeks, I tried. God knows I tried. I forced myself to smile for Lily. I sat through counseling sessions while Emily cried endlessly about her regrets. I listened to apology after apology, but my heart felt completely empty. One evening, I came home earlier than usual and heard Emily laughing upstairs while talking to her friend on speakerphone. "I just want my old life back," she said. "Her old life. Not her old husband, not her old marriage, just her old life." That's when everything finally became clear. She wasn't devastated because she had broken my heart. She was devastated because the consequences had finally caught up with her. The next morning, I called my lawyer. 3 months later, our divorce was finalized. Emily cried through the entire court hearing. Even the judge looked uncomfortable, but I felt strangely at peace. The biggest surprise came afterward. The man she had cheated with disappeared completely. He never contacted her again. Rumor had it he moved to another state once the crash investigation was over. She lost him. She lost our marriage. and eventually she even lost many of the friends who had once helped her keep the affair a secret. As for me, I focused on Lily, my work, and rebuilding my life one day at a time. A year later, during one of our movie nights, my daughter wrapped her arms around me and quietly whispered, "Dad, you smile more now." Those words hit me harder than anything else because she was right. The pain slowly faded, the nightmares finally stopped, the anger cooled with time, but forgiveness, it never came the way everyone expected it to. I don't hate Emily, I truly don't, but some betrayals don't simply leave scars, they take away entire pieces of your heart forever. And once that part is gone, no apology made in a hospital room can ever bring it back.